So first of all, December. So what happens to you guys in November is that you do your open houses, you do all your big sales, you do all your things, and then December hits, and some of you, not all of you, I don't know inside your heads, but some of you seem to think that that means that it's over. And now you have all these wrapped gifts, and you're like, oh no, I have to get rid of all these. Like, oh, that really hurt. When you have a very Play-Doh-y espresso face and then you get shingles on your face, it's really super fun. What happens to you in November is that you're super stoked for your open houses. You wrap a bunch of stuff. Some of you did live open houses, some of you did virtual, whichever way you did it. I know you have extra stock or you have extra stuff, and you're like, oh no, now it's December. Are the malls closed? No, just because we're in retail and we start thinking about Christmas in October doesn't mean everybody else does. How many of you are done your Christmas shopping right now? You can fully say, I'm completely done. I didn't see any hands. You're not done. If you have students in school, how many of you are done getting your teachers' gifts? You're not. You know what happens to moms? Because we're busy making everything happen. You know, dads on Christmas Day get to be all excited about what's in the packages because they have no clue, right? We get to about December 18th and then go, oh no, it's their last day soon. And now I need presents. And then we have to go shopping really fast. And we stress out about it. And we don't know what to get them. And then we end up getting them $5 Starbucks cards, which doesn't even buy you a latte. Fair? So that's my first tip to you is don't forget teachers' gifts. Honestly, you guys, I usually pay for my whole Christmas just in teacher presents. Just in teacher gifts. $10 to $15. Make them cute. Use miniature things if you have them. Use PCP gifts if you want, but make them happen, okay? They're not hard. If you have older lip glosses, like the older ones, you know, somehow I found a whole box of them in my basement because I must have panicked when they changed at the beginning of the pandemic. And I was like, oh no, but Fancy Nancy. And I bought a whole ton. So I did the little Grinch glosses. And now I didn't sell a super ton of these in the open house, but I'm going to sell a ton of them right before Christmas. I know I am, because this is perfect for teenagers for stockings. This is perfect for teachers' gifts, right? It's perfect for everything, unless it's a male teacher, which is pretty easy. You could do a beard oil or something in there, okay? That's something that I sell a lot of. I sold a ton of these lip savers in the satin lips balm for teachers' gifts, and I know I will sell more. So the mistake that you make is that you make all these packages, you do all these things, and then you forget to promote them because you think, just like I do. I mean, my brain says the same thing, just so you know. It's not like me going like, oh, I'm so special. Obviously not so special. So you think that you've already sold to all your customers, right? Because the 10 people who showed up for your open house are all your customers. That's everybody, right? Don't we think that though? We're like, no, I can't post anymore because everybody's already bought from me. I want you to look through your customer base, and please, dear God, if you're still using paper invoicing, please get a system, okay? It makes a big difference in the world. It really does. So for example, for my open house every year, I look on Pink Office. I use Pink Office, not Boulevard, because I could never figure out Boulevard, and Pink Office is web-based, so I could use it anywhere. I went on the customer sales totals, and I always go to what they've shopped for between November 1st last year, November 1st this year, and then they get 10% of that in a coupon that they can use in the open house. Most people didn't use it. Most people did not use it. Are you hearing me? They had free money and they didn't use it. Why? Because they don't like me? No, hopefully. Is it because they don't like Mary Kay? No. Why? Because we're busy. We're busier than ever, and most of it is stress. And we just can't do it. We don't have the bandwidth. So somebody sends me a coupon for another company. Let's put yourself in the shoes of the customer, okay? Pretend that you got a coupon from Epicure or Scentsy or something else. That means now I have to go look and see what I want. I maybe have to book a time for the open house. I maybe have to go do stuff. And I go, oh, I'll do that later. Isn't that sweet of her? And then you don't do it later. And then you feel shame that you didn't do it later. Or you don't think about it at all. The mistake the Scentsy or Epicure person would make is not following up. So for the people that I know I sent gift cards to, especially if they were significant, I sent them another message saying, like, I'm sorry you missed it. I'm going to give you half of it, but here's the things you usually get. Do you just want me to get you that? Because we do want you to just get me the things I always get. Think about it. I don't want to go find the Epicure catalog that I somehow got and pushed somewhere. I don't remember. I want her to go, you know what's really popular right now? This and this. And this makes a great gift. And I go, sold. Come on, don't you? So then you say to her, go to my website. Go to Suite 13. Well, okay, but that's still a job. Excuse me. That's still something she has to do. So now that's on her to-do list. And the last thing you want to be for your customers is a chore. The last thing you want to be. You want to be a gift, not a chore. You want to be the girl that says, you know what, hon? You always run out of this at this time of year. You want to go back through your messages to her on Facebook and see if she frantically texted you on December 22nd to see if you had a CC cream in stock. Right? Like way after the order deadline, how many of you are like this? Right? Those of you who don't have inventory, my God, when I didn't have inventory, when I was first starting, I like warn them and warn them and warn them and warn them on the last day. And then of course, betcha by golly, wow, December 20th, somebody's asking me for something I don't carry. Right? And then I'm panicking and going like, oh no. Well, you can preempt that by checking in on her in advance and being like, hey, you always run out of this. Please don't forget, the number one tip I have for you for December is that women still buy from themselves. Ask yourself if you've been out shopping and if you've bought something for the house or yourself. Come on, I know you have. You didn't just go with your list and only buy things for your friends. You may not have bought anything super frivolous, but you'll buy the essentials or you'll buy that cute Christmas ornament, right? You need another Santa in your house or a scented candle. You needed it. I needed new pajamas and nobody's going to buy them for me, so I had to buy them, right? We all do it. So don't tell me that they're not buying their regular products in December, because they are. They really are. So that's the number one thing I have for you, is that women still shop for themselves. So do not think of December as only gift giving. I have consultants on my team that are Muslim and Jehovah's Witnesses, and they sell tons during December. Tons. They're not selling gifts. Right? They're just buying, they're just selling stuff to each other. Okay, the other thing is that people are looking for a way to feel good right now. And women especially take on a lot of stress and anxiety around the holidays. Then you add in, like, it's been 2 years of stuff, right? We're stressed. And women like a little pick-me-up. They like something little. So in that same vein of women still shopping for themselves, they also want to feel a little pretty. So if you haven't sold a lipstick or a lip gloss because of masks, they're not wearing masks at their dinner table. They're not wearing masks when they're doing their Christmas opening. And they're not wearing masks when they're making dinner. They just want a little bright lipstick or a little bright lip gloss to make them feel good, that they can swipe on. Those pH lip balms are perfect for this. They want something that's easy. So I would advise you to feature something small that's an easy, accessible gift that they can just get for themselves. All right, third is that women often have to shop for themselves for Christmas. Now, y'all, if you're married to this man, please pull his hair for me. Just go up to him, pull his hair, and say, Carol sent me. Because to me, that's absolutely ridiculous. Women do everything for Christmas and you can't be bothered to go get her a candle or a pair of jammies or some makeup, give me a break. That's my little soapbox for you. Okay. But, oh, hang on. Sorry. I'm getting a phone call. I have to decline. So a lot of women are buying their own stocking stuffers and they're buying their own stuff for under the tree. So here's what I say to them. I message my customers, my usuals, but you can start with anybody. Just please don't do the blanket, hey girl, copy and paste messages. Please, please. Make it unique, make it special, make it like for her. But ask her and try to use her husband's name. If you can, a lot of people have their husbands as their spouse listed on Facebook or whatever. Go through her pictures, find your kids' names, whatever. But I often will be like, hey, is Peter a good gift giver? Now I have two avenues here. If he's a good gift giver, I can say, oh, I'm also a good helper with gifts. Do you want to pass my info on or do you want me to give me his info and I'll totally hook him up? I know what you like. So there's that one. If she says, no, I always have to buy my own presents, I go, well, that kind of sucks, hey, because you don't even get to be surprised. You know what's under the tree. Not a single surprise. He's surprised the whole time. And you're not, right? You guys have all seen that SNL sketch where she's got her robe and everyone else is like, I got an Xbox, I got a PlayStation, I got this, I got my robe. Or those perfume gift sets at Walmart. You know, and then they have to buy themselves gifts if they don't want nothing or just the robe. So then I say, you know, I can make you a surprise box. Just give me a total, like give me a budget. I'll wrap up stuff that I know you like. And I don't give her stuff like, you know, we did the surprise boxes before for Mother's Day, things like that, where I don't give her like limited edition things I don't think she'll like just to get rid of them. I really look to see what she would like. And I put jewelry in there. I put like, you know, the pink flash sales on right now. You guys could get those really pretty bee necklaces, things like that. You can get the limited edition stuff, you know, anything. So yeah, and Vanessa, same thing. I often say to her, well, what about your stocking? Is anybody doing that? Now, in our house, Santa always brings the stuff for the stockings, but only for kids. But a lot of people, their moms, the stocking is like deflated and everybody else's has tons in it. Well, I just say, hook me up with her stocking, or I can just give you all the things and make sure they fit, like keep a demo stocking, you know what I mean? And stuff it all in there so that he can take it and just put stuff in her stocking for her. Or she can take it and put it in her stocking because they're wrapped. She doesn't know. If you bought extras of those 12 days of Christmas advent calendars, those are perfect for this. Unwrap them, do stuff with them. They were cheaper, right? You guys have jewelry you got from previous, like ordering bonuses, things like that from your director, maybe that you never wore that you didn't like. Those are perfect. You can go to our dens and get the 2 for $5 grab bags. There's lots of cute stuff in there. Put some extras in there that she would never know about. Wrap it up beautifully. The other thing I do is I often say, if you give me a budget, I'll do half Mary Kay and half something else that I know she'll like. So I'll go shopping. I haven't this year because, hello. I'm trying to not go out in public because shingles equals infection and I don't want to mess with my stuff. But I usually go to Winners and get her a really beautiful scarf or a pair of slippers or something I know she would like because I know her. And then I wrap that all up so that she's not only getting a Mary Kay gift, she's getting other stuff because men don't know how to shop if they do. I hate the gender stereotypes, but it's so true, especially in our generations. The Gen Zs, they're fine. They're breaking this cycle, trust me. But even millennials and Gen X's, I mean, I don't know what programmed their husbands, but if you have sons, unprogram them for this. Come on. Anyway, so take care of your women, all right? Offer her those opportunities for that. Now, if you do get oh yeah, you can contact my husband, or if you do know the husband, or it's on her profile card that you can contact the husband, or you can just check her Facebook. Husband's right there. There's 2 things I do really well for husbands, and even during a pandemic. So usually when it's not a pandemic, I do like pop-up shops, things like that. I haven't done that this year. What I do is that I offer pillow gifts, and I offer $50 or $100 for packages. I don't say, what do you think your wife would like? He don't know. I just say, I do boxes in 50 to 100. And if he hems and haws, I go, I could do 25, but it's your wife. Just like that. I could do 25, ... but it's your wife. And usually they spend $50 to $100. And then I wrap up really pretty things and I make it beautiful. And then they can pick it up or I can drop it off. Super easy. The other thing is pillow gifts. So I don't know if you guys have seen pillow gifts before. I make these tags on my Cricut, but they just say Christmas Eve is over. There was so much to do. None of our Christmas magic would happen without you. And all it is one of these mini boxes. Like these are the ones from last year. But, you know, I have the set for this year. They all dropped on the ground when my Wi-Fi went out. But you know what I mean? A tiny box, a lip gloss or a lip balm. That's all I ever put in them. You can throw in a mini hand cream or something, but I only usually do that. And if they say, well, she doesn't really wear anything on her lips, then I'll do a hand cream. But I try not to leave it so that he has to think too much. I hope your husbands aren't listening. This sounds very sexist. I'm sorry. But I have the little tags. I make it. He puts it on her pillow on Christmas Eve. And now she's done all this work. You know, she's prepped the turkey. She's done all the stuff. If you guys do Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve, she's exhausted. She's been running around. She's been doing everything. And she gets a really pretty present, which means he may get a present later. So then I say it's a present for her and a present for you. Wink emoji. Pillow gifts. I do a fortune in pillow gifts. And then you know what's awesome about this is if you do it once, they're going to want to do it every year. Right? So then they come back to you year after year after year. Now, if they haven't contacted you yet, they're not gonna. Not yet. It's only the beginning of December. They have tons of time. Meanwhile, we're all like, oh God, I have this and this and this and this, right? And men are like, I'm fine. I once went shopping for my best friend on December 23rd, and I could not believe how busy the stores were. Filled with men going, I don't know. Like, that's it. That's all. They just had that like Walking Dead. It's overwhelming. They have no clue. Imagine if you're a bad gift giver and somebody called you and said, listen, I know exactly what they want. You're like, done. How much do I pay you? Easy. Now, the advice I would give to you is this: use the boxes. Don't use a clear basket, because they'll put it under the tree in the clear basket. They don't think to put it in a box. They don't wrap it. If they're lucky, you might get a pillowcase over it. So don't put it in there. Those are pretty for open houses because, of course, they want to see it. But otherwise, it goes in the box. All right. And the last thing is keep your store open even after the ordering date. Does anyone know what the date is this year? Did they say it yet? The deadline for ordering? The deadline.
They said that they couldn't give us a deadline because of all the shipping delays.
That's what I thought. So like, it's the same as last year, right? They couldn't give us an actual deadline. It's usually soon. Like, I would say the 15th is your like last date. That being said, like, there's times that I've ordered, you know, on the 20th and gotten it before Christmas, but don't promise that. Okay. So use the time before that. Do not close your store till December 23rd. Don't close it. That doesn't mean, oh my gosh, my glasses are filthy and there is a hair stuck in my glasses, which is tickling my face more than the shingles are already tickling my face, because it feels like there's 1,000 bugs under my skin right now. Super fun. If you are over 50, please, dear God, I beg you, get the shingles vaccination. You do not want this. All right. What was I saying? Words. Keep your store open. People shop right till the very end. They often shop just for themselves because they realize they're out of something. Okay. And then they often shop for last minute gifts. Auntie Susan calls and says, I am coming for dinner. Great. How many of you moms and women have emergency gifts on hand? Most of us do. This is something else I do. I sell a ton of emergency gifts, generic gifts. Because you know that somebody's going to say, oh, well, I'm going to come by with your present. Yay, I have one for you too. No, I don't. Like, the nice thing about being a Mary Kay is I can just grab something, but you know, most people can't do that. And you know, there are, like, don't forget your mail person. Put something in the mailbox for them, by the way, and encourage your customers to do the same thing. Now, however, my mom always gives a present to, have I told you guys the story? If I have, I'm sorry. My mom always gives a present to the garbage guys. Now, she lives in a small town, so they drive by, they get out, they pick up the box, they put it in. So they see the chocolates she's wrapped on top of the bin. Well, this one year I was like, well, I'm totally going to do that. They work really hard. I'm going to leave them a present. So I wrapped up little satin hand lotions and stuff, all pretty, and put it on top of the bin, and then watched from the window as the automatic truck lifted up the box and just chucked it all into the bin. So if you if you do have an automatic box, don't do that. That is not gonna do well for you. Oh my gosh, I can't even see. They're so dirty. All right, so I hope that helps a lot. I think I'm out of ideas for you and energy, sorry. But I just really want you to know that December is not a month that you just go, oh, well, I'm busy with my own stuff. This is a job. So whether you're busy with your own stuff or not, you do have to schedule whatever amount of time you want to allow to it. I'm not saying you got to work 8 hours a day on it, because God knows I don't even work 8 hours a day, even in the heyday of my like top directorness. Okay. But even right now, when I'm really struggling to get anything done, I force myself to have a schedule, to have an hour that I work Mary Kay and then have an hour of rest, right? Where I pack the orders, where I message my customers, things like that. Like, you have to have the discipline, because discipline is the best gift you can ever give yourself. When you have discipline, when things happen like this, you still work. You may not work as much, and you may have to remember to rest, and you may have to like force yourself to rest. But in the same way, my business isn't suffering, even though I am, because I've already built that habit in. It's on autopilot right now, don't make no mistake, but it's still working. Okay, so get out there and sell. If you don't have a team, you need the money, because the residual income ain't coming. So that's my next piece of advice for you. It's a little too late for it now, but get recruiting this year, so you have some money in December that you didn't do anything for. You didn't do anything for it. They had to order stuff anyway. You maybe answered a text, and now you're getting money. Money, money, money. So if you want residual income, get a team. I'm not saying you have to be a director, but get a team. Get some people on your team, okay? All right, I promise I will be prettier next time. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Desiree, did you happen to take down the names? I still haven't sent out presents. I think I haven't. Anyway, I'm gonna pause this.